have a lot to cover, so let's jump right into it. I'm splitting this video up into multiple parts so you can easily jump between the sections and only watch the parts that you want to watch. To start, digital planners are hyperlinked PDF files that you can load up into apps like GoodNotes, Notability, or any other number of popular note-taking apps out there. With a tablet and a stylus, you can essentially imitate the experience of paper planning, but it's digital and even cooler. I created digital planners for 2022. I filmed a video like this last year for the 2021 planner launch, and ever since that video, you've been eager to see the new collection for 2022. Of course, I offer tons of digital planners. Some are dated for 2022, but this collection is different in that it's more in a minimal design and it's perfect for everyone, whether you're a student, teacher, working professional, or just an everyday planner. Now, to be clear, digital planners are not apps. They are used in apps, but I wanted this year's digital planner collection to look like an app. I wanted this year's planners to blend seamlessly in with the design and experience of your iPad and whatever app you're using it in. And I drew my inspiration from the Apple Calendar and the popular paper planners Hobonichi. I loved the overall flow, design, and experience of each of these sources, and I wanted to take the best parts of them, along with my own experience creating these digital planners, to create something entirely unique and beautiful and easy to use. And thus everything combined to bring you Cyberry. Cyberry is a modern digital planner that features a minimal design packed with functionality for the everyday planner. Cyberry gets its name from the fact that it does look like an app, but has the fun and unique nature of being a digital planner. Plus, this little icon is berries. A bit like a pun, if you will. So I just wanted to show you more closely where I drew my inspiration when creating and designing Cyberry, and just made it my own and unique to the planner by showing you my ideation pages when I first started planning out the design. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the full tour and walkthrough of the Cyberry digital planners for 2022, along with everything included if you purchase one from KDigitalStudio, because you're getting more than just a digital planner with this purchase. So with the Cyberry planners, you are getting a 2022 dated digital planner, a hyperlinked PDF file, and you'll either get dark mode or light mode depending on which you purchase, and they're available in Sunday and Monday start, so you can choose your preference for the start. So we have dark mode here, Sunday and Monday in each, as well as a light mode version, Sunday, Monday in each. What's great about Cyberry is that even though they are dated for 2022, I've included a little mini sample of a 2021 version of Cyberry with just the months of November and December, so you can go ahead and start planning right away. And then once it's the new year, you can switch over to your 2022 version of Cyberry. Along with Cyberry, you are also getting stickers. So these are stickers that you can use in Cyberry or in any number of digital notebooks or digital planners that you have. And they'll come in two different file types. So they'll come as individual PNGs, which are just individual stickers essentially, and then as a GoodNotes file. So if you use GoodNotes, you can use that to load in a pre-cropped sticker sheet. But if you don't use GoodNotes, then you'll use the individual files here. For this video, I am going to be using GoodNotes 5. That's my preferred digital planning app, but there are a number of other apps that you can use that you're probably already using, and you can import the digital planners in essentially the same process as I'm showing here for GoodNotes 5. So you'll do that by clicking the share icon here in the top right-hand corner. Share, and you can actually send it to a number of locations here on your iPad, so you can share it to Notability if you use Notability. Again, I'm going to use GoodNotes 5 here, so I'm just going to select GoodNotes 5. If you already have a document open in GoodNotes, you want to make sure that you import as a new document. If you select import to current document, it's going to combine the document you already have open with the document you're trying to import. If you don't want that to be the case, which I don't for Cyberry, you're going to select import as a new document, and then you can select the folder if you have folders of where you would like it to be located. So I'm just going to select KDigitalStudio, we'll import it there. Alright, so now we have the light mode Sunday dated 2022 version of Cyberry open in GoodNotes. So right now for GoodNotes, you can see here we have our toolbar. These are our tools where we can mark up, add stickers and elements, and erase and highlight, and customize our planner using the toolbar here. To actually click the links though, so all of these right here, essentially anything in Cyberry you think is a link is probably a link. But I can't click any of these because I'm still in editing mode. So I still have my toolbar up. Can't click any of these links, it's actually drawing on it. So I'm gonna erase that. To actually activate the links, you wanna make sure that you are in reading mode in GoodNotes 5. So this will differ depending on the app you're using. GoodNotes has a reading mode. There are some digital planning apps or note-taking apps out there that don't have a reading mode where you can just click the links. But for most digital planning apps or note-taking apps, you'll need to make sure you're in reading mode. So for GoodNotes, that is this icon right here. There's a pen with a line through it, and if you click this, the toolbar will disappear, and then you're able to click any hyperlinks within any PDF file or any digital planner that you're using. So for instance, if I click this blank notepaper icon, it jumps to that blank notepaper. So as you can see, this is kind of the overall flow of Cyberry. We have a login and log out button, which I'll explain later. We have yearly overview, quarterly overview, and then we have our different page options. We actually have a rewards button, which I'll get into a little bit later, as well as our monthly icons here, and then our months down the side. We also have a button for 2023. Again, I'll cover all of these in depth soon. And then a home button. If I click the home button, I'll be brought back to this first main page of Cyberry. Over here we have the Cyberry icon, as well as a little bit about what Cyberry is as far as a digital planner. Here we have the need help section where you can access my social links, so you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Here you can access the shop as well as the Pinterest. I also have sections for you to watch tutorials specifically on Cyberry. We have the help desk, which answers so many questions that I receive, and they're in depth. So if you have a question and it's not in the tutorials and it's not in the help desk, then I encourage you to submit a support ticket using this button here. Here is Cyberry Rewards. This explains a little bit about the rewards. So a great thing about Cyberry is that I actually built in a reward system for the digital planner. So you can earn rewards to further customize your Cyberry digital planner, as well as connect with a community, a private built-in community of other Cyberry users. So this is a button where you can join the Cyberry community as well as visit the Cyberry library, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Alright, so here are the planner content. So we have the months from January to December, as well as quick access links to the weeks. And then over here on the side, we have our note papers, so you can easily jump to different note papers that are offered in this digital planner. So we have a blank white, a lined, a grid, a dot grid, a college ruled style, as well as a hexagonal grid and a Cornell style. So I'll quickly show you these note papers first. So you already saw the blank white. You can also access the note papers here from this menu bar. As you can see, it does kind of resemble an app. If I zoom in closely here, you can see this kind of white indicator box telling you that you are on that page. And if I click our lined here, this is what the lined page looks like. I'm not sure if that's showing up well on camera, but there is the lined, and then we can go to our grid, and then our dot grid. This is our kind of college ruled style notebook paper, the hexagonal or hex grid here, and then we also have Cornell paper. Again, you can click the home button to navigate back to the home page of Cyberry. Here you can access to any of the months or any of the weeks, so let's just go ahead and pop over into January. You can also access the months here on the side, and again we have a white indicator telling you that you are on that specific page. So if I jump to June, we have that white indicator for June, and this is what the overall monthly page looks like. We also have boxes here indicating the week number, so June runs from week 23 to week 27. You can click these boxes here to navigate to the weekly pages. So if I click this, it'll navigate to that weekly page. And this weekly page is kind of a combination of May and June here. And so we have a kind of a reminder of what this week is, what the week number is here in this corner. Here we have a mini calendar for May since this is part of May. And here we have our days here. This is the vertical style weekly. It runs from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. in a grid format here. So if I zoom in, you can see the grid here for this weekly page. All right, so for the weekly pages, there are actually 3 different linked weekly options. So something I was discovering when creating digital planners over the last 3 years is that everyone has a preferred weekly template, or people are just exploring different weekly templates. So sometimes we have busier weeks than others, and we could benefit from having a vertical hourly weekly such as this one. Other weeks we have less busy weeks and less busy things that we need to plan, less things that we need to plan. And sometimes it's hard with certain digital planners to have them adapt to your daily plans, what you have going on in your life. And with it being digital, it should be easier. And that is possible with the Cyberry digital planners. Up here at the top, we have another menu on our weekly page. So we'll have different menus pop up through the course of this video, depending on the page that you're on. So we have a vertical, a horizontal, and a custom. 2 very popular weekly templates for any planner, paper or digital, are vertical and are horizontal weeklies. This is the vertical weekly, and we can actually select horizontal here. We're taken to that same week, the same linked May 29th through June 4th week, but in a horizontal style. So this is great for people who don't necessarily want a time block or plan out their week by the hour. So this is another great option here. Here we have this kind of faint grid as well. The faint grid is really nice if you want something more subtle, but you still want to have the benefit of using a grid. So that was something that I carefully thought out as well when designing at Cyberry. And again, we have these kind of blank boxes here where you can put in stickers or other just important events. However, people love to build their own weekly templates, and I personally like trying out different weekly templates to see which is best for me. And so we also have another option here called custom. So if we click that, we just have a blank page. This allows you to paste in templates for your own week or create your own weekly templates on this custom page. But what's great about it is you still get that reminder of, hey, this is week 23. It runs from May 29th to June 4th, and you can build your own templates or paste in your own favorite weekly templates, maybe from other creators or other templates that you've purchased from KDigitalStudio. You can pull that in if you have a favorite here. And you can always jump back to horizontal, vertical, or weekly. And if you're having a particularly busy week of your life, you could use all 3 if you wanted. So this gives you a lot of option, a lot of functionality, and a lot of versatility with the weekly pages here. As you can see, we also have a yearly overview and a quarterly overview. So you're still getting and hitting those major planning points when it comes to planning either on paper or digital. If I click yearly overview, we're brought to this yearly overview page for 2022. We have all the months here and reminders of what quarter they're in. So we have quarters 1 through 4, as well as these lines here to maybe indicate plans or events you have going on. People tend to like vacation during this month, so you can like highlight and mark off your vacations for this. I really love this yearly overview because it not only tells you the quarter it's in, but it also gives the week numbers as well. And what's great about this yearly overview is that everything you see here is essentially a link. You can click into any of these days here and it will take you to that daily page. So let's say I want to plan my holiday for December 20th. I want to make sure that whenever it is December 20th that I have that on my daily page. So I can just select 20 and it takes me to that daily page. So here's the daily page for December 20th, and this is what all the daily pages will look like. So the daily page, again, was inspired by Hobonichi. This is where I took most of my inspiration from Hobonichi in designing this planner. Here we have an option for scheduling if you want, and the same kind of style that Hobonichi originates. And then we have kind of a list here where you could write out your main priorities of the day, as well as reminders of what the day is, what the week number is, what the day of the week is. Then we have a section here for our current month. And again, here is a mini calendar of whatever month you're on. So for instance, I'm on December. Again, you can actually click into any of these and be brought to that daily page. So let's say for whatever reason, I need to jump back to Friday, December 2nd. I can click this, and now I'm on the daily page for Friday, December 2nd. And as you can see, as I'm clicking throughout these links, it's all lag free. The pages load instantly. faster than a blink essentially. So this planner was created with the lag-free experience in mind. With it being digital, we're going to run into hiccups and lags, and I wanted to make sure to eliminate that as much as possible for this year's digital planners and for all the digital planners in KDigitalStudio. We also have a dot grid here so you can further plan out the day and pull in your own habit trackers or your own stickers and whatever you use to really plan out your days. And you can honestly, if scheduling out your days is not your jam, you could take in templates here and cover these up. So this is what the daily page looks like for Cyberry. Let's head back into our yearly overview though, so I can show you some more features of it. So we know that you can go into and click in any of these days for the months. You can also click the months if you wanted to. You can easily access them here on the side too, but that's just another little fun thing. You can also click into each of the weeks. So let's say I want to head into the second week of March. I can just click the number next to this week, which is 11. Now I'm on week 11 and I'm on my vertical weekly, and then I can easily jump into my horizontal or custom view of this week as well. So this planner is packed full of hyperlinks. There's around 55 to 56,000 hyperlinks, total hyperlinks in this digital planner. So if you think it's a link, it's probably a link. Again, with the mini calendar, if there's a mini calendar, you can actually click the daily pages in it. So now I'm jumped to March 18th or March 16th or March 2nd. Very easy to navigate. All right, so now let's jump into the quarterly overview of this digital planner. If I click this is what the quarterly overview page looks like. Again, you can click any of these to jump to the month. So if I want to jump to December, I can click this and jump to December. Here you can plan out an overview of the quarter, which I find particularly helpful, and write out your main events and priorities as well as your goals. I love the minimal design of Cyberry because if you're a more minimal planner, this just looks fabulous. And if you're a more decorative planner, it gives you the ability to pull in any colors or any designs or themes that you want without it clashing with the overall design of the planner itself. So that is the quarterly overview. Now I also want to quickly address, since we just did the yearly overview, I want to address 2023 here in this corner. So if I click this, I actually have a yearly overview of 2023. Now there are no hyperlinks to the daily pages, the weeks, or the months for 2023 in this digital planner. To be clear, Cyberry only covers 2022. The 2022 version of Cyberry only covers 2022. However, I like having the next year's yearly overview available to go ahead and start planning out major events, major vacations, and all of that, and you're able to do that here. Alright, so now let's go ahead and talk about this login and logout feature of Cyberry. I mentioned before that Cyberry is not an app, it just looks like an app, but I still wanted to bring in those elements of it kind of seeming like an app. So if I click and log in here, we're brought to this page, and something I've noticed recently with my own planning and with my customers and your guys' own planning is that it's very helpful to write out and document our routines, our systems for getting things done. So for this page, this is our login for the day, or our check-in list essentially. So this is where you can manage your recurring routines and tasks. So every time you log into your digital planner, you're ready to go. Similarly with logout, it's the same way. Every time you close down Cyberry for the day, should you have done or what should be prepared for tomorrow. You'll see though, if you go into like a weekly or a daily page, the login and log buttons are condensed into just their icons, but they serve the same function and go to the same pages. All right, and now let's talk a little bit about this rewards button here. I mentioned earlier in this walkthrough that there is a built-in reward system in Cyberry. So if I click rewards here, but essentially with the Cyberry reward system, you can earn rewards for using and sharing your Cyberry digital planner with the community and following me and staying engaged with me on various platforms. You have the opportunity to further customize and earn from using digital planners. A lot of the people who purchase from KDigitalStudio and use KDigitalStudio products are dedicated and loyal, and they love all the digital planners that KDigitalStudio comes out with, and I wanted a way of rewarding people, whether you're new or kind of a more loyal or seasoned KDigitalStudio customer. I wanted a way to be able to reward you for using our digital products, and that is through the Cyberry reward system. Even though there are only 5 tiers, you still have the opportunity to earn even more rewards created specifically for Cyberry users, and that is through joining the Cyberry community. So I actually will have a private invite-only style Facebook group where our users for Cyberry can join, and we'll actually have live planning sessions and hangouts, share what we've done in our Cyberry, kind of hold ourselves accountable and consistent with making sure we get things done, and planning out functional ways and functional routines of making sure that not only are we staying sane while getting our things done, but we're actually getting things done in a more productive, less hustle culture way, essentially. So this just explains more about the Cyberry community, as well as gives you links. You can actually click any of these links. So if you follow me on Instagram, if you click this, it'll take you to my Instagram. One thing about the Cyberry community is that there will be a Cyberry library, which is where other users of Cyberry can create templates or stickers for other Cyberry users to use, and those will be uploaded to the Cyberry community where people can download them and use them in their own digital planners. So there is a button to access the Cyberry library where you can download from other creators who have created specifically for the Cyberry digital planner, as well as a button for you to submit your own creation. So maybe you created just a rock star weekly template for your Cyberry digital planner that you want to share with others. You'll be able to do that using the buttons here in the reward system. There is a password for the Cyberry community because, again, I want that to be accessible to those who use Cyberry. Alright, so let's head back over into the monthly template because there is a few more things I actually needed to share about what happens here in the monthly template. You know, if you click any of the buttons here for the weeks, you'll be taken to the weeks. Similarly to our mini calendars that I showed earlier, if you click any of these dates, you'll be taken to the daily pages. Again, the Cyberry is only dated for 2022, so you won't be able to click these links here for December 2021, but all these other daily pages for the months you'll be able to. So clicking in, I'll be brought to the daily pages, and again, I can access daily pages from the mini calendar here as well. But there's actually kind of a hidden feature in these monthly calendars as well, and it solves a problem that myself and other planners were running into. So if you click the monthly right here, so January 2022, if I click that, I'm brought into a hidden version of a monthly template, essentially. You'll get this calendar pop out, and this is where I drew my inspiration from the Apple Calendar. If you look at the Apple Calendar, there's actually a pullout, or the Google Calendar. Most calendars have a system where you can create multiple calendars and display all of your events. So you can have an extracurriculars calendar, a class assignments calendar, a work calendar, your personal calendar. You can do that very easily on online calendar systems. There's not an easy way to do that in a digital planner since it mimics the paper planning experience. But I brought that to Cyberry. So by clicking the January 2022 heading or any of the headings of the months, you'll actually access kind of a hidden monthly calendar feature here. It'll pull out this calendar menu. So full page is the page we were just on. If I click full page, it widens out the monthly page and just enables me to fully plan out everything. So maybe you like to see everything together. It's a great way to do that. However, if you want to split up your calendars, like maybe you want to have just a work calendar, a personal calendar, and just keep it all separate, you can do that in Cyberry. So if I click our monthly heading here, we have our calendar pullout. So here we have a personal, so this is our personal calendar. And again, similarly with the full page, you can click into any of these to access the weeks. You can click into any of these dates to access the daily pages. So we have a personal, we have a work one. So it's just the same monthly calendar, but a work version. Same calendar, but a school version. Same monthly calendar, but a business version. And because I know not everyone wants to separate their calendars by personal work, school, and business, maybe you don't go to school, maybe you don't have a business, maybe you don't necessarily need to separate your work calendar, I have 4 custom options for you to create your own calendar. So this could be great if you have kids, or maybe you want to have your husband's schedule in there. You can click into these as well. So we have our first custom, which again is just a different view of the monthly calendar, second custom version, a third custom version, and a fourth custom version. So this really allows you max customization of how to organize your events in your monthly calendar. If we hit full page, we just go back to full page. Again, to pull out the little calendar side menu. Another feature I wanted to show you also pulls in our monthly here. So the last little bit are these icons that you see over here on the right hand side. So we have a pencil, we have kind of like a money bag, a heart, plate and silverware, kettlebell, we have this kind of little circle tracking thing, folder, and a star. So with each monthly, you're actually getting 8 templates. So if I click into our pencil here, we actually have notes for each of the months. So this is the notes for January, and you can actually click into any of these to access the notes pages for that month. So for instance, April is month 4. I can just select number 4 and be brought to the notes section for April. Again, I can click into any of these numbers to be brought to the respective monthly notes page. Same thing would be true for any of these here. So if I select the money bag, this is our finances section for January, and then I can access any of the months here using the numbers here. So if I wanted to access December, I can select 12 and be brought to the December financial template. We have a heart here, which represents our wellness. Again, we have separate wellness templates for each of the 12 months. So here we can track our habits, medication doses, any other kind of health that we want to track, as well as our moods. Here we have our meal planning template. We have a fitness template. Here we have a tracking template, and you could essentially use this page for anything. You can use this for habits, you could use this for projects or goals, or anything where you feel like you need to kind of grid it out, graph it out, and track whatever you want to track for each of the months. You could also use this for business. There's a lot of things. For our folder here, this is actually our project management page. So here you'll recognize a lot of different templates that are used in the productivity space. Then we have our star icon, which brings us to our monthly goals page. We have our starting and ending metrics, this month's goals. And so that was a walkthrough of the Cyberry Digital Planner. Again, to get to the home page, you can just select the home button here in the top right hand corner. So this thing is packed with so many hyperlinks. It's very functional, very minimal, but beautifully designed to match seamlessly with your iPad UI and UX experience, as well as whatever app you're using in. It essentially looks like it belongs and is part of your iPad and the app you're using, and that's just kind of what I wanted to get across. I wanted to make the experience of digital planning even more seamless, especially with a digital planner like the Cyberry digital planners. And of course, the berry icon, which is just adorable. So that was the light mode version of Cyberry. I did want to quickly show you the dark mode version. The dark mode version functions the exact same way. All of the buttons do the exact same thing as they do in the light mode. It's just a darker, higher contrast version for those who prefer the dark mode experience or use their iPad in dark mode. So I'm going to navigate quickly back to my Files app and pull up the dark mode version. All right, and here is a look at the dark mode version of Cyberry, just to give you an overall look of what this planner looks like. Again, it has all the same features and looks exactly the same as the light mode version, but is offered in this darker, higher contrast design. And that was the dark mode version of the Cyberry digital planners for 2022. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Drop in the comments below if you've already picked up Cyberry for yourself. I'd love to hear how it's working for you so far. If you haven't yet purchased Cyberry, you're able to do that today, because today is launch day, by heading to KDigitalStudio.com/shop or heading to the Etsy shop. And of course, I'll have all of those links there in the description for you so you can easily find it and navigate to it. This digital planner was just a long time in the making. I've stressed over this planner so much. I'm so excited to finally get it into your hands and to see you really make use of it. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart if you've already purchased Cyberry, if you're loving it, and for watching this video and just giving me a chance to bring you a functional digital planner. I know there's so many out there now. compared to when I first made digital planning videos 2 to 3 years ago. So thank you so much for still choosing KDigitalStudio, and yeah, that's really it. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!